Today we're going over my thoughts of the Springfield Prodigy after a year of use. I know I'm a little late to the party on this, but I really wanted to make sure to get this one right because there was a lot of controversy early with this handgun. So I wanted to make sure to get the best information for you guys as possible. So let's get right into the first 30-second breakdown. That's where in the first 30 seconds, give or take, I give you guys my exact thoughts on this product before we get to the full review. That way you can just stop watching because you know exactly what I think about this, or you continue watching, find out why I say these things in greater detail, and it does help out with the YouTube algorithm. I'm about to say something crazy. This is cheap. Before you lose your mind on me, let me finish that sentence. For a 2011 style handgun, when you compare it to guns that this competes with, the price is really, really good at $1,500, and the gun that you get for that price is phenomenal. You get a very, very smooth gun, great grip, nice accuracy, functionality has been phenomenal. I've only had one malfunction, and that has been a failure to feed issue, and we're gonna hit that harder in the full review is the functioning and malfunctions problems. That there was a lot of controversy at the beginning of this gun when it first came out, and why so many people kind of looked down on it and didn't think it was a good option, and why now that might not be the case. The trigger on this is phenomenal, and it allows you to shoot follow-up shots and just shoot this like a race gun very comfortably. It's very controllable, and the gun has a lot of weight, which is a downside, but it's also a plus because it is a very low recoil felt gun just because of that. Now on the downside of that is a very heavy gun. It's hard to carry, not very comfortable to carry. It doesn't help that I added as many accessories as possible to make this even bigger, but the base size of the gun is a very bulky gun, but it depends what your use for this gun. If you're going to use it for concealed carry or more of a duty use where it's on an outside the waistband holster would make a difference. Another pro is going to be the fact that this gun does just look really, really good. That 2011 look is so sharp, really cool, and something I personally like a lot. These come with nice fiber optic sights with an optics cut that you're able to remove the plates and do agency arms placed on this. The downside is any accessories for this gun are crazy expensive. The plates are really expensive. The magazines are crazy expensive. These are $60 a magazine. If you want the more upgraded, nicer ones, you're looking at like $100 a magazine. So anything to go along with this associated with the 2011 is expensive, unfortunately, especially if you're used to like Glocks and accessories in that matter. Gun as a whole feels and functions like a more expensive gun, and that is what you want when you're spending the extra money, is something that actually feels like you're spending the extra money at least. Now let's go over my relationship with Springfield. They did send me this gun. I did not spend my own money on it. Now let's get into the sponsors of the channel. Brownells, Howitzer, Tecto Knives, and Locks & Company. Brownells is a phenomenal company that has helped me with all of these projects, and they have pretty much everything that you guys can get there, and there are some discount codes in the description to help out as well from companies that I personally trust. Howitzer is a clothing brand that donates 5% of proceeds to charity, and they have so many different clothes to choose from. This is one of their flannels. I wear their stuff all the time and absolutely love them, and they have the Tactical Advisor t-shirt link in the description. Tecto Knives is a knife company that makes very good quality knives. I've been using them personally, professionally for months now, and I really like them. I've had a couple that fell apart with me at work, just using them in general use. These ones have held really strong. The A5 Spry has been my favorite so far. And then Locks & Company makes products for your hair, your body, your skin, your beard, a ton of things, and all their ingredients are super natural. And they just came out with the Tactical Advisor pomade. Use code Tactical Advisor to save 10% off. Link in the description. I would greatly appreciate if you guys would show these companies some love, and because they show me so much support and allow me to do this stuff for free for you. That is one way to give back and show that support, and I really appreciate that. So now let's get right into the full review on the Prodigy and go over, I didn't mean to punch it that hard, and go over all the things I said in more detail. The one thing I want to hit first and the most important is going to be the accuracy, reliability, and why so many people were so critical about this gun from the start. Now, when I first got this, I was a little nervous because I was like, man, I love the style of the gun. It looks amazing. It's got everything. It checks so many boxes because the price is so good at $1,500 and it just looks and feels very good. But I was worried because one, 2011s are usually somewhat finicky with ammo, so there's that, and you usually have to spend a little bit nicer ammo. It doesn't run cheap ammo super well, so that was something I want to make sure I tested, and I did. But when you first came out, there was a lot of reliability and functionality problems. Would it really be a video of mine if I didn't say a word completely wrong? Functionality. I don't even know what word I'm trying to say anymore. Problems with it functioning. There's a lot of problems with that, and it made a lot of people a little nervous. Now, those were the very first run the guns. This one here is not a first run gun. This one was a little after they kind of figured out some of those kinks, and what I have found is this gun has been phenomenally reliable for me. I've even done tests where I took an entire mag full of different hollow points and carry ammo, and I threw some brass case, aluminum case, steel case, every kind of different style ammo that I had here, threw it all in one magazine and burned it down to see if anything would give it any kind of hiccup. So I've got an assortment of ammo here. You can see I've got some brass, I've got some aluminum case, there's some steel case in there, just different ammo. I want to see if this functions all different types of ammo. Okay. All right. That makes me happy. I mean, it ran everything super good. And like I said, this gun has been really following for me. Been very happy with it. Huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. It's gonna be HRT Tactical. They make flashlights, body armor, other flashlights that go to your hand, not your gun, but they make a bunch of different things on their website, and they've been a big supporter of the channel for a while. They've done a really cool giveaway with us where they gave away a custom plate carrier, which is really neat. This is my primary plate carrier system that I use. I just upgraded from my old HRT plate carrier to this new one they just came out with, and I really like it. Ton of versatility. Their placard systems are really good, and then these lights as well that don't have to worry about wires. They have this little switch here that's very unique, not like your traditional tape switch, but very cool, and they are ambidextrous, so you can just switch them around as well. They've been coming out with a lot of really cool and unique things. I think you're going to be really happy with some of the stuff they're coming out with further, and they've been doing a really good job. So once again, thank you for them for supporting the channel and sponsoring the video. The only malfunction I've ever had out of all the rounds I've shot through this, and I broke over 1,000 with this one, was one failure to feed, and that could have been a magazine problem, which it should never have a problem because these are $60 freaking magazines, but that was the only problem I've had within the 1,000 rounds that I've shot through this. So I'm very, very happy with how this gun has functioned, and it fed through those rounds with no problem. It is a very fast shooting gun. The trigger is phenomenal, very light, very predictable, and you're able to get follow shots quickly. And I like that because every time I shoot this, even if I'm like, okay, we're gonna do like a string of 3, but we're gonna just purely accuracy. And then I go, okay, we're gonna slow and boom, boom, boom. And I shoot him and I'm like, you just can't not wanna shoot this gun slow. Like you wanna shoot it so fast. And it shoots fast comfortably, like it stays in track. Some guns you shoot and you're like, oh boy, after like 3 or 5, I got really out of there. My grouping went crazy. This one just really tracks well, and I feel like I stay on target really comfortably with this. Accuracy wise, I did do a 5-round accuracy test at 5 yards, and the video here on B-roll is showing you that. Everything was a little low to the right, which is pretty not normal for me. Usually everything's low left for me if I'm gonna miss, if I'm doing some kind of trigger issue or I'm anticipating. Accuracy wise, those rounds did hit each other. I had 3 that were on top of each other and 2 that were touching. So accuracy wise, I was happy with it. So let's go over your price and all the accessories to go along with that. The price of the gun is $1,500, which is very, very cheap when you're comparing it to the other guns that this competes with in your other 2011 market. Now, when you're just comparing it to any gun in general, it is very expensive. That's a lot of money. But when you compare it to what it is a very good price, and it's under basically everything else out there, and it functions very well. And Springfield does have a very good name with their 1911. So knowing that that would kind of transfer over to this, it's obviously a newer platform because it's a little different, but for the most part, it's pretty similar. You still got that 1911 style. The safety on this is great. Springfield did an amazing job with that. Very tactile, and it has a little ledge to it as well that allows you to get a good grip. And that's one thing I like about 1911s is the grips or the safeties are very natural where they're located. Other handguns that I can still carry, I don't like safeties, but with these, it's just such a natural position. It's very easy to use. Obviously, it takes training and practice to get even more proficient with it, but I've noticed from somebody that doesn't shoot guns like this very often, it was not hard for me to get up, grab this, and go and get used to that safety pretty quickly. The slide has nice serrations on it for easy manipulation. This gun is crazy smooth right out of the box. I mean, that is pretty awesome. It's one of those like air rack guns that you go and have a lot of fun with. Very smooth. The iron sights are nice. You got fiber optics. They are suppressor height, so you're able to have a little bit of a backup if your optic does go down. This is the Trijicon RCR. If you're interested in a full review, I've got one right here. It's a very cool, chunky, durable optic that I've had a lot of fun with that I thought would be cool to put on this, and it's been pretty solid so far. Like I said in the 30-second breakdown, the plate systems and basically anything that is associated with is expensive. The magazines are crazy expensive, and the plate systems are expensive. You're $100 a plate, but they're very good quality. They're agency arms. You have very nice back sights. They're serrated there in the back to help with glare, and the plate itself seems very solid and durable. I think agency makes great stuff. This gun is very solid. It is a heavy gun and it's not very comfortable to conceal carry, unfortunately, because it's something I wish I want to carry more, but sometimes I just don't love my pants sagging down this much. It's a very heavy gun. But going down to the grip, Springfield is very good about their grips since the Hellcat. The Hellcat is one of my favorite grips out there. They're not too uncomfortable where it scratches against your skin or anything, but it's very easy to carry for a long period of time. But when you grip it, you feel like you got a solid grip on this gun, and it's simple, it's textured, it looks nice, but it's not overly aggressive, and I like that. Never anything I would ever switch out on this gun. The trigger, absolutely phenomenal. Love it. Very lightweight, very easy for follow-up shots, like I've said multiple times. This is one of those guns every time I go out and review it, like some guns you go out and you're like, okay, I need to shoot that one, I need to get rounds through it. And it's just like, okay, I'll shoot it. But like this gun, I wanted to shoot. Like it's just so fun. It's very easy to go out and just run stuff. It makes you almost want to do like competition style shooting just because how fast it runs and how smooth this gun runs. So this gun is chambered at 9mm. It has a full length guide rod. And I'm really happy to see what Springfield's done with this. Whether they listen to the customer base and change that, or they just got their quality control better, I don't know. But these newer ones have been phenomenal. I'm really happy to see that because I like to see competition driving that market down. It's nice to see a company coming at a lower price tag because maybe that might bring some of those more expensive ones down a little bit more and more possible for us to pick up. Because for me, it's really hard to justify spending $2,000 on a handgun. $1,500, still kind of hard to justify, but not nearly as hard as $2,000. Obviously, this is just a sample size of one. I really did want to get a full-size one, so I had two of them. Just wasn't able to pick that one up with all the other projects that I was working on. But in the future, I would like to pick another one up and see how a second one would do, because always I like to get two of everything if I can. Obviously, it's not always possible because I just can't financially afford two of everything. But I try my best to, but this is a sample size of one, so take it for what it is. But in my experience with this, it has performed really, really well. So I hope this video is helpful for you to decide if this is a gun that you want to purchase, or maybe you want to wait because it's not quite a gun that you're looking for. Maybe there's something in the review that I talked about that isn't exactly what you're looking for. And that's always my goal, is to help you guys spend your money in the best way possible. I never want you to spend your money and then later down the road be like, man, I really wish I had bought that, and wish you would have put it towards something else. So I always hope these videos are helpful in that way. If you're looking to help out the channel and things I do here, there's a couple ways to do that down in the description. There are some companies that I trust that you can save some money from, and there's a link to my website that has links to other companies. Anything you purchase using those links does help the channel a ton. It shows those companies that generate traffic, and I really do appreciate those things. Also, check out my website because it's still under construction, so we got some work to do, but it's really close to being finished, and we're getting the ball rolling on that. I got a lot of cool ideas. So check a look at that website. Let me know what you think. Other than that, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.